And the way practically I do this is I build I will not statements into my thinking that are structured around my weaknesses. So a weakness that I have certainly is pride. And a lot of times I will tell myself I will not be inflexible with God and others. Because a lot of times my inflexibility comes from my pride. I dig in, I draw the line, I think I'm right, I think my opinion is right. When confronted, I react in pride. And so the key is to not be inflexible. I mean, the key is to be flexible. So I will tell myself, don't be inflexible. Be flexible, be malleable, be moldable. Do you know that the Greek word for humility means, it has that suggestion of being flexible and being moldable? Another I will not statement that I build into my life relates to fear, because a lot of times I fear what other people think. And if you fear what other people think, you will stretch the truth or you will hide your faith, at least in my experience. And so what I do is I say to myself, I will not fear what other people think more than what God thinks. I will not fear what other people think or man thinks more than what God thinks. Because when I think more about what God thinks and less about what people think, I don't stretch the truth to try to get their acceptance. I am who I am. I'm real. I live in the truth. And I don't hide my faith, because I view what God thinks more highly than what people think. And then I put down anger, because I certainly struggle with that. I think all of us struggle with resentment and bitterness in relationships. And I tell myself, I will not allow resentment to build in my life. I'm going to deal with that person. I'm going to go to that person instead of continue to be resentful. I'm going to resolve the conflict tonight. I'm going to go to my spouse tonight. We're going to talk about it on the pillow. Whatever you have to do, but I will not allow resentment to build in my life. That's being sober in spirit. I put behaviors. I mean, lust, pornography, fantasy. One thing I had to do, I told my wife, I will not have Fitness Magazine in my house. And if you're the editors for Fitness Magazine, I'm sorry. But that has pictures of women with very little clothing on. They're all perfect, and and as a person who used to look at pornography, there's no way I can have that even in my house. I can't even have a hint of it in my house. And so I told my wife, I will not have Fitness Magazine in my house. So those are just some examples of I will not statements that help us to be, that's a demonstration of being sober in spirit.